Boy, how I get that?
What's up YouTube? Clay here from Nekroz Gaming, and today I have a deck profile on Nekroz for this format. And right before we get started, I just want to let you guys know I have some gameplay on YGOpro in the description below, and it will just have me playing Nekroz against relevant decks. The build is practically the same if you're wondering, and other than that I am also having a giveaway, and all that information will be in the description below. So getting started on the deck profile, I'll start off with the 3 copies of Felis. This just allows you to get to the cards you need. And just running, I am also running the Brain Fusion in here, so it just give you way more cards you can just draw, and it fuels your what's called your tribute plays. So Felis is a really powerful card in this build especially. So I run the 3, and also we got certain matchups like Danos, for example. They exhaust all their resources to try to OTK you half the times. So you being able to doubt them allows you to just go off the next turn and get around their board, and they really have any more resources to go off on you because you have Trish as well. So you back up the doubt play with the Trish play, and you usually just win from there. So I feel like these guys are really good. And Trish, if you don't know, is a really powerful card that essentially just banish 3 cards from one from the field, one from the hand, and one from the grave, and it doesn't target, which is really strong. So other than that, I have the 3 Colossus to give me to my ritual spells. Just adds more needed consistency to the deck, and just having access to any of your ritual spells gives you the decision on what place you want to go into. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility. The 1 Unicorn, which is really good, it's one of your boss monsters here. Stopping extra deck oriented decks from activating effects is really strong, which Unicorn promotes. The 1 Brio, which just adds extra consistency to the deck, and because it just allows you to it gives you the option to search out any of your Nekroz ritual monsters, which is really good. And that's just the standard 10 ritual monsters I run. I do not run Decisive Armor or Gungnir. Decisive Armor is really only good against the 2 Draco matchup to get around Masterpiece. So that's the main reason I don't run it. I do think it's a really good side card along Gungnir. I'm pretty sure Gungnir is the one that stops targeting. But she's not bad for the what's it called? For the what's that called? The Zodiac matchup. But I just don't feel like she's worth playing in the main, because you can just stop Zodiac from activating their effects with Unicorn or Colossus. Then we have the Dance Princess and Trick Clown. I do run the Brain Fusion in here, so that's the main reason I run the Trick Clown. And it just has a lot of synergy for ritual summoning, because you can special summon it back. Then we have the 6 Jewels, which gives you extra consistency to the deck. And with you running Brain Fusion, if you draw like multiples of these, you essentially get more searches. So that's the main reason I run the 6. Then we got the 3 Kaijus, for the fact that this deck's goal at this point, with it being really crippled by the ban list a while back, you're really just trying to kill your opponent in the first 2 turns. So you're usually going second with this deck, so you want to be able to get around your opponent's board. So Kaijus and the Brain Fusion engine allows you to play around your opponent's board, which is really strong. Then we got the 1 bad card being Termalon, and the 1 god card being Maxi. No, I don't really have to explain how good Maxi is. Just giving you more searches, or not searches, but more cards for every time your opponent special summon is just really strong. And that's basically my entire monster lineup, which I run 23. Then getting onto the spell lineup, I have the 3 Kaleidoscopes, for the fact that being able to just rich summon using your extra deck monsters as fodder is really strong. The 2 Mirrors, using your graveyard as fodder for ritual summoning, is strong as well. The 1 Nekroz cycle is really good. Ritual summoning a monster back from your graveyard is strong, but it doesn't really come up as much, so I feel like the 1 cycle was the best member to run at. I'm really using this card twice, so that's the main reason on running 1. It's more of a late game card. The 1 Preparation of Rites, for just having more access to your ritual monsters from your deck, is really good. And you are able to have add back a ritual spell engrave if there's one in there as well. Then we got the 3 Brilliant Fusion, giving you more powerful plays in the deck. We got the 2 Cosmic Cyclones for spell and trap removal, the 2 Kaiju Slammer for monster removal, the book for really good disruption and playing around boards alongside the Raigeki. As you can see, my goal is just to board wipe my opponent and usually OTK them. The 1 Rotor for extra consistency and the 1 Upstart for extra consistency. Rotor searching out your Colossus is strong. And that's basically the entire spell lineup and the entire main deck. I don't run traps just because traps are pretty slow in this deck. And the goal of this deck is just to play pretty fast, just get around boards and just like win in the first 2 turns. Because that's what Nekroz do right now. I feel, just for the fact that the deck has lost a lot of its late game capabilities because of losing the 1 Unicorn and 1 Brielle. So I feel like just having the deck built to win in the first 2 turns is like the best way to build it, because it doesn't really have a late game at this point. So starting off with the extra deck, we got the 1 Decode Talker, which comes up occasionally with the Seraphimite and Brilliant Fusion play. Speaking of Seraphimite, you run the 1 Seraphimite. And then your classical targets, you got the 1 5-headed dragon, the 1 Herald the Arclight, and the 1 Star Eater. I feel like just one of each is the correct ways to play them. Then Abyss Dweller for what's it called, spot removal. Not spot removal, but stopping graveyard artifacts. The 1 Emerald for just adding back monsters you need back into your deck and giving you draws is really strong. Gaga Samurai for just extra attacks. The Stellan Direwolf for spot removal. And then the Utopia package for getting around big boards. I know there's 2 slots available, but honestly I didn't know what to put in here. I was literally going to put like 2 Zodiac monsters. I was going to put like the Brabo and Dryden for the hell of it. But honestly it's just up to you. I'll let you guys decide on that. So other than that, that's the entire deck. I hope you guys enjoy. And Clay from YGOpro Gaming is signing out.